How are we doing now? How's it sounding now? One second. All right, I'm taking the mic out for a minute, guys. So we're just gonna go like this for now, okay? There you go. Yeah, the mic's turned. I take it out now, so. All right. So bear with me, guys. We got to bop over here real quick. Sorry about the sound there. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to run with no mic for now. I don't know what's going on with the mic right now, guys. It's having its issues. You know how technologies and I get along so well. So we're down here, like I said, in Chicago. Another crisp day out here, y'all. Still not back in Seattle. You are right, sir.
Stand with all of you, but like she said, we've been protesting, we've been crying, we've been arguing, we've been in the courts, but unless we vote, we will not get the change that we need. We will not be able to change the policies, the laws, all of those things that are not working for us black and brown people. So we definitely have to get out there and vote. It's not, it's more than just the right, it's our duty. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we want to hear from these families. We've got a brother. Yes. We're going to have Brother Eric Russell from the Tree of Life Justice League. Let's give it up for Brother Russell.
Good afternoon. My name is Eric Russell, the American activist, president of the Tree of Life Justice League. Brothers and sisters, this is the most important election of our generation. What makes this election so very important? We have moved well beyond institutional racism and systemic corruption. Right now, although it is a great day, those of us that have been kissed by the sun, the police have placed targets on our backs. They are killing our women and children. We are here because we must cry justice for our dead, because they can no longer speak. We must stand in solidarity with these families. But for the grace of God, Breonna Taylor could have been my child. But for the grace of God, Jacob Blake could have been my son. Those of us who have been kissed by the sun, we don't have the exception that's for the complexion. As a boy growing up in Birmingham, Alabama, I have not seen this sort of hatred come out of the White House since Bull Connor, since George Wallace. We watched as they sick dogs on our people. We watched as water hose rips the skins off of our children. So when we say no justice, no peace, when we go from here, we must march to the polls. But when we march, we must not just march with our feet. We must march with our hearts. When we cry, no justice, no peace, we must scream with the power of our ancestors who gave their lives so that we can have the right to vote. And in closing, brothers and sisters, I would say to the white people who support our beautiful struggle, we need white America to do more than just march and protest with us. We need white America to help us dismantle white supremacy. When we get rid of Donald Trump, we dismantle white supremacy. All power to the people.
All right, y'all, make some noise. We're going to support all of these families. Somebody said, get your knee off my neck. Say, get your knee off my neck. Say it loud, get your knee off my neck. Chicago, let's make some noise for the family of Brother George Floyd. Make some noise for their family as they come.
How y'all doing, Chicago?
How y'all doing, Chicago? Oh, brother, it's a wonderful feeling to be here. We'd like to thank all the dignitaries and teachers, workers, essential workers, everybody that came out this afternoon to this wonderful event to get out and vote message and why it's important. Voting is very important for a couple of reasons for me. My mother, she taught us everything that we knew about life. She prepared us for life. Everything that's going on. Get a picture of her real fast and then send it to her. And I remember the child coming to the voting polls with her. I was in pre-K, I get out at 12, and she took me to the voting poll with her for years, for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And as a kid, we'd be at the voting polls, looking around, running around the best as kids were kids. And I seen that, and as I get older, it start making sense. She knew that voting was very important. But a lot of people in our community, they feel that voting is not important. They think voting is a sham, it's fake. They just gonna take your vote and do what they want. But they putting so many obstacles in our place. They out there protesting. They doing what they want to do with the rules that they had in set to keep us in bondage. We have to wake up and realize that everything they're doing is on repeat. The universe sends out a message that keep going around it, and we like, what's going on? Why we not getting nowhere? They don't care about us. They. But you know what? We have to wake up and realize that standing in solidarity together, that's how we're gonna get through. The universe keep playing stuff on us on purpose until we catch on and realize what we need to do. And it's thrown in our face. You tired of seeing it because the universe said, wake up. And you know what? Going back to my mother with the voting and taking me every day, and my brother the same way when she voted, it makes sense. Voting does count. They trying to stop us, but standing together, they can't stop us. They can't stop. We're stronger than we think, people. We are so much stronger together. We are. And we have to believe that ourselves and know it. And I know we are. And hopefully you guys wake up. Everybody here, I already know, we know. We know we together. We know that we got this. We gotta vote. Thank you, Jacob Blake family. And everybody invited us out. And one other thing, people. This big election we have going on, the big game, I call it the big game, the big ticket. It's the big ticket. But guess what? After we did everybody came together strongly, supporting each other, getting this message out. We know what we have to do. But we gotta vote. But guess what? If we don't win, guess what? We don't keep that same energy, and we're gonna take that to our local elections and get out there, educate ourselves on more people, local council men and women, and get this message out and vote the right people in for better education for our kids and our community, better streets, better lunch programs, better whatever we need. We're gonna hold them accountable for what we need and what we need to be done. That's what voting gonna do for us. Voting controls a lot in this country, in our communities. We can make our community like it was when we knew it was best. We heard the stories how our community used to be thriving, Black Wall Street, etc. go on. And we can get that unity back. Stand together, stand proud, put your fists in there, black and I'm proud, and we gonna get there. Don't forget, we are beautiful people. You know, we have to paint that narrative also that tell our children they are beautiful. A lot of our kids lacking that. They are lacking a lot of knowledge. They are lacking so much, but we can bridge that gap. People, get out and vote. Let's get this where we need to be, people. And I'm gonna pass this on to my brother.
How y'all doing? I'm Brandon Williams, nephew of George Floyd. I want to thank the Blake family for having us and everybody a part of this event. I want to start by saying your vote is your voice. So definitely use your voice. For the past few months, you know, we've been using our voices by protesting in the streets and, you know, taking action on social media and a lot of other ways. But we can't just march, because as we continue to march, we don't see the change we need in the systemic racism and the police brutality and the senseless killings of our people. As I look down, I see so many families that's here for pretty much the same reason. And you know, that's unacceptable. When we vote, it's not just voting on the national level, it's the local level as well. The congressmen and congresswomen, because you know, those elected officials, they hire the attorney generals and other people. And for that reason, we need to vote. As I look at Breonna Taylor's mom, we need to vote for the right people so that we can get attorney generals that's gonna press charges, you know, when it's senseless violence. We need people that's gonna stand for what we believe in, stand for what's right. And we need to go vote those people in. And a lot of times I hear people say, you know, my vote doesn't matter, or black votes don't matter, or my voice doesn't matter. And that's not true. Go out there and vote. Because if you don't vote, you can't expect to win. And it's that simple. Thank y'all. How y'all doing, Chicago? I'm Felonious Floyd, brother of George Floyd, and I would like to thank everybody for coming out here to support. Oh, man. All right. Voting is important and a privilege. Your vote is your voice. Silence is violence. If you don't vote, you're leaving your future in somebody else's hands. Think about your children's future, your income taxes, raising minimum wage, food stamps, Medicaid, and any government assistance. Vote for your neighborhoods as your ancestors have fought for equality for so many years. Black people were sprayed with water hoses, bitten by dogs, had rocks thrown at them, and the ultimate insult, spit on, so we can have a taste of freedom. Don't listen to people when they say your vote doesn't matter. Your voice won't be heard. If people can stand for hours in a line to get new Air Jordan tennis shoes, stand in lines to get in clubs, camp out for Black Friday discounts, then I know
that you should be able and willing to stand and vote. If those are good reasons to vote, how about names like Trayvon Martin, Sandra Bland, Pamela Turner, Elijah McClain, Stephon Clark, Daniel Prude, Trayford Pellerin, Eric Garner, Breonna Taylor, Antonio Gonzalez, Jay Anderson Jr., Alvin Cole, Marcellus Stinnett, Jacob Blake, and my big brother George Floyd. I sat before Congress the day after my brother's funeral, pleading for the Justice of George Floyd Act of 2020 to be passed. And it states to prohibit the issuance of no-knock warrants for Breonna Taylor, prohibit federal police officers for using chokeholds, George Floyd and Eric Garner. Body cams must be worn and dashboard used at all times. Several more initiatives surrounding the legislation has been described as a sweeping. This bill has to be passed. This has been a year when Black Americans face disproportionate effects of the COVID virus with profound health and economic consequences. It's a year when people across the globe witnessed and woke up to systemic racism and police brutality that cost Black people their lives year after year and day after day. A year when names like George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and Jacob Blake became household names for the most tragic of reasons. Jacob Blake Sr., I want to sincerely thank you. Shabazz, I want to thank you. Everybody that's out here, I want to thank you. Those that protested with us, those that clearly understand that the fight to change systematic racism. Thank you for standing with the George Floyd family. Say his name. George Floyd. Say his name. George Floyd. Say his name. George Floyd. Now get out and go vote like your life depends on it.
Good afternoon, Chicago. I was looking at the television today and I seen the president. He said they are rioting in Philadelphia. They're drive-by shooting in Philadelphia. We don't have a problem with the drive-by shooters. It's the drive-by politicians that we're about to start holding accountability to. See, we know for sure that the Ku Klux Klan has always been involved in law enforcement. And we're not anti-police, we're anti-injustice. But we know those same Klansmen have grandchildren and daughters that they left that went into law enforcement and has now become the Ku Klux Klan that's killing us with a wizard at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue blowing a dog whistle to murder and commit brutality on blacks. Those days are up. We're not anti-police, we're anti-injustice, and this fight has just begun. Thank you, Mr. Blake. Thank you, Shabazz. Thank y'all on behalf of George Floyd. We love you all.
Let's give it up for the George Floyd family.
Man, that was some heavy lines
You
right
know,
there.
earlier we
That was
talked
heavy.
about
That was
Marcellus
heavy.
Stinnett and Waukegan, who laid in the street 8 minutes
This truck is insane over here, man. I
and
love
died in Waukegan this week.
Yeah. At the beginning, it was
We want to thank Attorney Benjamin Crump. Give it up for Benjamin Crump. We've got some freedom fighting lawyers here. Attorney Kevin O'Connor and Attorney Tony Romanucci. Let's give it up for them, because these are people who know how to go in court and they know how to win. Brother's coming, who's the secretary for Boys and Girls Club YMCA. You coming? Come on, brother. Come on. Blake family wanted this brother to have some words. Come on, brother.
Hey, my good people, this is Mike Duvall. I work
yes for the YMCA, but more importantly, I am a friend of the Blake family. I have known them. His father was actually my pastor. And so what I would tell you is we can all talk, but the inaction does not address the inequities. The inaction does not address what we see on phones and our young boys see on these mobile devices. And so what we are all in service to do is to be my brother's keeper. So to my brothers, step up, stand up. To my sisters, support them. And to my white and brown family, support us. Because liberation is free. It doesn't cost. Thank you.
There's a family coming to the stage all the way from Wauwatosa, Wisconsin. And trust me, it's colder there than it is here in Chicago. Y'all make some love and create some love and clap your hands for them. They're coming to the stage. The family of Alvin Cole. Their beloved son and brother and family member was one of 3 people that an officer has killed in Wisconsin in the past 5 years, and he still has his job. He has killed 3 people in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, and he still has his job, and the city is negotiating a settlement for him to leave rather than terminate him. They had an independent investigation that found him unfit to be on the police department, and the police chief said, I'll keep him, I'll welcome him to be on that police department. The person you're about to hear from is a ride or die soldier. Recently, they protested in Wauwatosa and they were targeted by the local police. They beat this woman, they kicked this woman, and still she's on her feet with her daughters. Chicago, get on your feet and welcome Tracy Cole and the Cole family along with their attorney Kimberly Motley. Come on, let's make some noise for them.
They want us to make one correction. They're from Milwaukee. Give it up for Milwaukee and the Cole family.
Thank you, Chicago, for receiving us from Milwaukee. I'm attorney Kimberly Motley, and I represent the Alvin Cole, Jay Anderson, and Antonio Gonzalez families. These 3 families were brought together due to the actions of Officer Joseph Mensah, who killed these 3 males of color in less than 5 years' time, 19 shots fired. This officer has done interviews where he says, this is how policing is. It's not how policing is. As Bishop Grant said, we have a report from the Fire and Police Commission where from the investigator who said he should be terminated for just cause, and still they keep him as an officer on paid suspension. So we are fighting for him to be terminated immediately, and we are fighting for him to be criminally charged for shooting 19 times and killing 3 males of color. Please do not let them create a narrative for you. Create and write your own narrative and vote. And for those that don't have a way to vote, please help them vote. Create a plan for those that need to vote. And so I have the distinct pleasure of representing these 3 families. So I first would like to bring to the stage Jay Anderson Jr.'s family. His mother, Linda, and father, Jay Anderson, is here, as well as the mother of his child, Starkeisha Della Rosa. So I'll bring them up first.
And feel free right now to share links, guys, for voter registration voting
Hello.
locations in your areas.
How you doing?
It's just really sad that we have to keep going through this. I mean, it's so many families here that's going through the same thing we are. And every day on the news, it seems like there's a different killing. And it just brings everything up all over again. We can't continue to go through this. We can't continue to let these officers kill our children. We have to fight back. We must vote. Thank you.
I next want to bring up to the stage Talavia Cole. As Bishop Grant says, when the family was out there protesting for justice on behalf of their son, Alvin Cole, and the families of Jay Anderson and Antonio Gonzalez, they were targeted once again by the police. The police assaulted and attacked the mother, Tracy Cole, and also arrested her 3 daughters. The next person I'm bringing up to speak is Talavia Cole, who the Wauwatosa police arrested, targeted, took her phone. 3 weeks later, still have her phone, and we have to go to court to fight for her to get her property back. They have gone through all her social media. They have erased her Facebook, erased her Instagram, gone through her iCloud account. They are disregarding the laws. And so we're fighting them in court. And I'd like to bring this very impressive and young, strong woman, Talavia Cole.
Remember, y'all, we're out here to hear everybody's views and opinions on everything happening. You know, feel free to share yours, but keep in mind, it's a respectful place for people to have.
Say his name, Jay Anderson. Say his name. 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 Next, Alvin Cole. Say his name. Alvin Cole. Say his name.
Have conversations.
Say his name.
Ask questions.
Say his name.
Find a way to have those conversations respectfully, though, guys. It doesn't need to be
when
a
I
fight.
Say her name, you say Mama Cole.
Not it being
say her name.
You know, that has to be antagonistic. So
say her name.
Just remember, guys, we're all here
say
for
her
our own
reasons.
reasons. I'll be at Trump rallies. I'll be at
say her
rallies.
name.
I'll be wherever I can be to hear as many voices as
Mama
possible.
Cole.
That's what we're out here
Mama
for.
Linda.
So it's just a chance to hear somebody else's point of view, you guys.
Out here.
When you're talking to families of people that have lost loved ones, so whatever the reasons, the background, the history, whatever it might be,
it's not easy.
Keep in mind that these are families representing their lost loved ones.
John Chisholm decided not to charge Joseph Mensah in the killing of Alvin Cole.
We're in downtown Chicago right now.
The same DA that was on the other 2 cases, Jay Anderson and Antonio Gonzalez. Antonio was shot 9 times. Joseph Mensah's partner shot once. Joseph Mensah shot 8 times. Jay Anderson shot 6 times, 5 in his head.
Linda, you obviously have been watching because I have been to Trump rallies.
He
I
was
just
sleeping in the car.
Not
he
more than a
woke
week and a
up
half
to
ago.
Law and Order.
Linda, you got to watch footage.
And the only
somebody
footage
showed
we
Linda
have
Simmons a clip of something.
Is
from the Trump
Joseph
rally.
Mensah killing Jay Anderson while his hands was up.
You're welcome, Julie. I'm gonna shut up now and listen.
He failed to turn on his dash camera. Let me remind you, Wauwatosa didn't wear body cameras. So that made our case in particular very hard to fight. But you hear in the video of my brother Alvin Cole, you hear him scream, "No gun, no gun," before he was shot in his back while in a 6-point stand surrendering. You cannot justify that. Joseph was the last cop to arrive on the scene and the only cop of 5 to shoot. There is a serial killer in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, who is still on the force, who is still getting paid our tax dollars. You can't just kill 3 people and nothing happens. You can't just not charge this murderer
and then attack his family. They target us. They drug us out the car, put a gun to my head. They stripped my mama out the car by her hair. And she's still out here. She's still fighting for justice. Because they want to silence us. But we can't be silenced. It can't happen and it won't happen. So we thank y'all for giving us this platform just to talk, just to share our stories. Because we've been trying to get our stories out since February 2nd. We've been trying to get justice. We've been trying to get the help that we need, the financial help we need. Because justice costs. Justice is not free. It is not free. So if you're trying to figure out a way to help these families that was brought all together by these tragedies, that is a way to help us. It's to donate. It's to go to our GoFundMes. Joseph Mensah created a GoFundMe and raised $78,000 in 2 days. Our families haven't even reached 8,000 on our GoFundMe pages. That's been up since February 2nd. We have to pay these lawyer fees. We have to pay these fees to fight our case. So yes, we get discouraged when we see other killings going on. It hurts us, but it also discouraged us. Because they got that national attention. They got that platform that we've been desperately seeking. And it brought all of us together. And we are forever grateful for the families we meet. We forever grateful for the Jacob Blake family. Forever grateful for the Breonna Taylors, the George Floyds, the Jay Andersons, the Savelle Smiths. But it shouldn't be no more names. Because it's too many. And that's why we got to get out to vote. This is exactly why we need to vote. Because your vote matters. Don't let anyone tell you that it don't. The ones who say it don't, the ones that really don't vote. So we got to get these people just to work at these polls. Social distance 6 feet, cover your mouth and nose. We got to keep going. God gonna protect us in this fight. Cause this is what democracy look like, y'all. Y'all vote matter. Give it up for Mama Cole, y'all. Hello, I'm Tracy Cole, the mother of Alvin Cole. I can't explain the situation that I've been through, you know, treated by the Wauwatosa Police Department. February 2nd, they took my baby. They never told me what happened to my son. I never had a police call or nothing. And that's still going on. We have police officers following us. They targeting my family. On the 8th, basically, we was targeted. They ambushed my daughter's car and my other daughter's car. My daughter said they put a gun to her head, took her to a location that she'd never been to before. They got my other daughter out the driver's seat and I was in the passenger seat. They grabbed my daughter out the car. And I'm telling these people when they came to my window, knocking on the window, telling me to get the H out the car. And when I opened up the door, they grabbed my hair. And then next thing you know, when I got out the car, 5 cops started beating me up in the face with billy clubs and their fists. Today, I have a big knot on my head. I got 2 blackened eyes from the incident. They twisted my arm back. And I kept on saying to them, it's enough that y'all killed my son. Now y'all trying to take me out. And they said, I don't give a damn who your son is. They treated me like I was an animal. I think they tased me. And all because I'm trying to go get justice for my son. They trying to shut me up, but it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen today or tomorrow or the next day and years to come. I can tell you this, I am frightened of the police because what happened to me, I never was arrested. I never got touched by a man besides my husband. But this police officer was a male, grabbing me, touching me, and stuff like that. And I felt violated. Today, I do not trust no cops. Cops supposed to be friendly, but I don't trust anyone. Joseph Mensah walk around freely, partying, carrying along. Where I stay at in Milwaukee. He supposed to live in Wauwatosa. What you doing in Milwaukee? Partying, carrying along, like if nothing happened. You killed my son, Alvin Cole. You killed Jay Anderson and Antonio Gonzalez within 5 years. Where's the justice there? Until we get justice, there will not be no peace in Wauwatosa. And I stand on that. No justice, no peace. No racist police. And I am a person of my word. I am Alvin's advocate. And I'm going to be his advocate until God take me home. Thank y'all for coming. Thank you, Blake family, for treating us good. Thank y'all.
Give it up for the Cole family. Come on, give it up for the Cole family. Give it up for the Cole family. We're going to hear from all of these families. They've come from far and near, from Milwaukee and Wauwatosa, from New York, Louisville, Minneapolis. I want to thank Black Lives Matter of Lake County for their advocacy in Waukegan as this family comes. They are in the throes of grief. Tomorrow in Waukegan they will have a memorial service for their beloved son Marcellus Stinnett on tomorrow, and then they will go back to Jacksonville, Florida, and officially lay him to rest. His father and mother, this week, we went with them to view his body. And for them to have that moment, knowing that his life was taken by a police officer who has a pattern of misbehavior in the city of Waukegan, Chicago, we're going to fight with them as well. Let's put our hands together for them as they come to the stage. They are cousins, listen to this, they are cousins of the Blake family. These two families, just 20 miles away, have experienced an injustice of police brutality and police death. And neighbors of Cordell Handy that was killed in St. Paul, Minnesota. I want Chicago and Louisville and New York and Minneapolis and Milwaukee to make some noise for the Stinnett family right here and right now. They are in the fight. They're in the fight. Their attorney, Kevin O'Connor, is here. Mom and Daddy, y'all want to speak? All right. An announcement. My name is Kevin O'Connor. I'm the attorney for the Stinnett family. We've just filed our federal civil lawsuit against the city of Waukegan. You can find it. I was hoping it would be down here fast enough for you. You can find it. We'll put it on our website at koconnorlaw.com. There's more to this story that you haven't heard, that everyone hasn't heard. This officer, Officer Salinas, I filed a federal civil rights suit against him just a few months ago from Waukegan for his abuse of power and tasing another individual unlawfully, unjustly, and with rage that you can't even imagine. I'm going to make available on my website that video of what he did to my other client, so you can see what the city of Waukegan knew and what they knew was going on with this officer, but he was still on the street. He was not being disciplined, and yet he was still able to do what he did here to this family's poor son. He should not have been on the street, not have been on the force. I sat in front of this Waukegan board in 2016. I think it was February 3rd of 2016. I attended the city council meeting because to the south I had the privilege and the unfortunate of representing the Darren Hanna family, who was killed by the North Chicago Police Department. But what they did different is that community came together. After our case settled, I volunteered my time to work with the police department, to work with the mayor, and they took me up on it. Before I was involved, there was 84 police brutality cases, and in the 4 years following, there was 0. They made that change and they worked with us and took on my volunteer help. In 2016, when I appeared in front of the city council in Waukegan, I had had 5 or 6 cases of police brutality. They had abused young kids in the interrogation room, broke their nose. I said, look, you're on a path to your neighbor to the south. They're gonna kill somebody. I will volunteer my time to help you reform your policies and procedures, and they turned me down. This is what the end result is. We are not gonna let this happen. They're not gonna throw blood money at this family. We're not going away until this is a change, not only locally, but nationally. We're gonna make a change. We're gonna end this now.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alvin, and I'm the father of Marcellus Stinnett. And I'm quite sure everybody out here have a dream. My son had a dream. He wanted to grow up, be a productive citizen. He wanted to inspire his younger siblings. He wanted to do so much to touch not only his family, but humanity. Marcellus Stinnett was truly a product of his environment inside of our family's home. The things that we taught inside of our home taught Marcellus not to see an individual by the color of their skin. We taught him good values. We taught him how to be a man. And he truly led the way. And I'm here to say to you that the Waukegan Police Department truly took a great young man away from us. And we will miss him dearly. You know, this word justice, do anybody really know the definition of that? Because it seems to not even exist anymore. You know, the unjust is so consistent in today's world. It's becoming a new norm. Why? What's up with that? I don't understand it. You know, negativity is becoming the new norm. Why is that? Why is it taking so long to fix an easy problem? Why is there so much hate? My son Marcellus Stinnett had no hate in his heart. And you want to know something? He wanted to be a police officer. Yes, he did. He wanted to change his community. He wanted to help young black people in our community. He wanted to help young white people in our community. He wanted to help Asians, Hispanics, no matter what your race was. Me and his mother, we brought up a good son. He was going to change the world.
And even in his death, you can clearly see what he's doing right now. It's obvious. I'm looking around right now in Chicago. It's very cold here, by the way. It's very, very cold. It's 88 degrees in Jacksonville, Florida today, and I really miss the sunshine. But me and my family truly thank all these different entities that have come forward today to represent such a just cause, and our heart truly appreciate it. We really appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. We truly do. We love everybody out here and everything you stand for, your cause, and we're truly sincere. And hopefully
Sandra,
one day these people we so-called politically elect will realize what they're doing to our nation and our world. It is totally unfair what they're doing to our communities, to our children. It's so unfair. It's so unfair. This is the greatest country in the world. I served in the United States Army. I'm a veteran, and I served proudly. And I took an oath to each and every one of you all. When it's time to go down, I load up. I know what my cause is when I got that call at 5 a.m. in the morning to form up. The police department, you also took an oath. But it seems like y'all done forgot it. Y'all need to rehearse it every day. Every time you put that uniform on, you need to make sure that y'all represent it in the right way. Because y'all done forgot what y'all really became a police officer to do. You know what I'm saying? You guys have, I don't understand it. It should be consistent training. You know, you got to understand your community. You just can't get inside a police car and roll up and down the road. You got to talk to people. You got to talk to children. That's what it takes to be a great police officer. Because the message that you all are sending out in our communities today is only creating a lot of hate. There's no trust. You know, how is you going to get people to come forward when there's actually violent crimes in our communities? Nobody trusts the police. And I think you guys are supposed to protect and serve. You guys done forgot how to do that. So I'm going to close by saying that my family and myself truly miss Marcellus Danette, and I thank every one of you all for coming out for such a wonderful cause. Thank Marcellus Danette. Marcellus Danette. Marcellus Danette. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Zanellis Banks. Marcellus was my baby brother. I'm the oldest of 6 siblings. I see myself as their protector. Marcellus was a good kid. He was so talented. Like my dad said, he used to want to be a police officer. He spoke through music. He had messages. When my brother was 8 years old, he said, all the little children out there look into my eyes. If Martin Luther King was still living, the world would be a prize. All the little children out there look into my eyes. If blacks talk to whites, if youngs talk to old, the world will come together, we will be so bold. My brother said that at 8 years old. Months before he died, my brother said, I had a dream. I had a dream like Dr. King, and he was killed on Martin Luther King Street by the police. If y'all don't get that message, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it better. I've seen it. He was so powerful. He was a prophet. My brother wanted peace. He loved everybody. He would give you the clothes off of his back. My daddy served this country, and they took his son. My brother wasn't a criminal. He was innocent. The officer picked with him. He said, you're under arrest. My brother didn't even have a warrant. Under arrest for what, officer? Oh, because I know your name? Because you know his name. My brother died innocently in a passenger seat. My brother asked the officer, why am I under arrest? Because I said so. They abused their power. It's not right. It's not right. He didn't have to be taken away. He left behind 5 sisters, her brother, it's not fair. Say his name, Marcellus Sinet. Say his name, Marcellus Sinet. Say his name, Marcellus Sinet. My brother had a dream, and we're going to see that dream through even in his death. That's all I have to say.
Damn.
Well, let's give it up for this family. I think you got the message. Let's give it up for all the families. We've got a few more. We've got a few more. We're going to stay around for all of them. We're going to stay around for all of them. Many of these families have GoFundMe pages. Many of these families have web pages and Facebook pages. You can get background information on all of them by going to www.rainbowpush.org. One of the fighters for the family of the girlfriend that's involved in this, attorney
If we could pin that,
Tony Ramanucci is coming.
Rainbowpush.org.
Freedom
For anybody
fighter,
that wants to help
civil
out,
rights fighter. Let's give it up
free to go to that
for Attorney
website,
Tony
take a look.
Ramanucci. Come on.
Look into it, and yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm not going to take up much time, but I want to let you know is this. I'm born and raised in Chicago. I love this city, but I got to tell you, we cannot forget the names of the people who have died in this city as a result of bad police behavior. I am pro-police. I like the police, but we've got to get the ones that don't belong on the street off the street. Remember the name of Freddie Wilson, Flint Farmer, Maurice Grattan, the Cynthia Clement, and I can go on and on and on. And now it's Tafara Williams and Waukegan. And yes, we too had to file the lawsuit on behalf of Tafara Williams, because the only way to get justice is to seek justice. And we won't stop until the killing stops, until the shooting stops, and until we can all live equally and peacefully, just as our Constitution says we should be. I want to give a special shout out to the Floyd family. It's my honor to be their representative. I don't know if they're still here or whether they left, but I love them. I admire them. They are one of the strongest families that I have seen. They have grown into the role of spokesperson, and they're here for one reason. We're all here for the one reason. Vote. We've got to vote, people. If we want change, we've got to make the change, and that's the best way we can do it. This administration in Washington has to go. We need Senate, we need President, and keep the House. Let's go vote.
All right. All the way from New York. Somebody say New York. Say it loud. Say New York. Say it one more time, New York. Let's give it up, Chicago, for Eric Gardner Jr. Give it up. Come on, come on, clap, clap.
How everybody doing today? I want to thank Jacob Blake and Shabazz for putting this event together. They told me about it last week when we was in Philly. And then it's crazy how it happened. A couple of days later, somebody gets shot. Like, it's just ridiculous. But I met Jacob Blake at the Reverend Al Sharpton Commitment March back in August. We embraced each other. Like, I seen him and I just gave him a hug. But after watching the video of his son getting shot in front of his grandkids like that, like, the system is just broken and we gotta fix it. I am angry, my family's angry, and he became a part of my family. People are angry for very good reasons, because this continues to happen, and the cop that does this doesn't get held accountable for it. It comes to make me think, does my life really matter out here in these streets? The people that swear that gets into the police department is they sworn in to protect us, but we are not getting protected. I'm grateful for many people who brought me here today. We are working day and night to ensure that justice is served, especially to those who do not who do not have a worldwide attention span or whatever. Who we are and have not been heard sorry about. It's cold. It's very cold. even if we make ourselves, we still get threatened and murdered by the police. This gotta stop. Like, we have to go out and make a change. We have to go out and vote. Like, voting is key. We gonna vote. This was my second time voting since Obama. So we gotta go out and make a change. Thank you. I'm Eric Gardner Jr.
Let's give it up for Eric Gardner Jr. Now I want everybody under the sound of my voice. I want everybody under the sound of my voice come this way, because we're getting ready to close out. Everybody come this way. Everybody come this way. Holmes family, Stinnett family, come this way. Come to the front of the stage. Don't come on the stage, come to the front of the stage. Floyd family, I want my coffee. Cole family, Anderson family. This is a family reunion.
How you been? You good?
Usually it happens in the summertime, but it's happening in the winter in Chicago because next week is a big day. Y'all give it up for every family. Every family. Clap and make noise for every family. Now this is on the real. Cortez Rice. Hey man, this is on the real. This brother and his family has traveled all over the country telling a story about his family. Their brothers and sisters, his brother, Justin Blake, from Kenosha. Where's Justin? From Kenosha. Come say red, black, and green one time.
Big ups to the red, the black, and the green. Unity now. One Africa. Nobody stops us but us, and vote.
Give it up for Justin Blake and Kenosha. This fight is not over. Say the fight ain't 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 over. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. No justice. Everybody scream. This is my, I'm scared to say big brother Klein. This is like a father figure to me, because I have watched him as he goes to the hospital see about his son. And as people speak and stick microphones in his face, he rises to the occasion. And in spite of all the difficulties, he's still fighting for his son. And his dream and his vision. Where's Brother Shabazz at? Give it up for Brother Shabazz, wherever he's at. There he is in the back. All the organizers, all the sponsors, all the supporters, we couldn't have done it without you. Give it up for Mary Laurie Lightfoot and the city of Chicago. Special events, council people, the whole light. It couldn't have happened, and it couldn't have happened without you. But this moment right now is for the dreamer who believes in freedom. His family has roots in Evanston. Tremendous work of their father. And it's still going on from Evanston to Chicago to Milwaukee to now around the country. And he is a father of this movement. And we're standing with him, holding his arms up, keeping him strong. I just gotta believe Jacob Jr. is watching this some kind of way. Y'all say his name. 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 We love you, Jacob. So I want y'all to really give a lot of love and a lot of Chicago support to Jacob Blake Sr. Give it up for him. Come on.
Well, I'm going to speak on behalf of my dad today, because he's had a long few weeks
and he's tired. So we just need to lift him up and send all the positive energy and strength over to him. I wasn't planning on doing a poem today, but after I say what I need to say, maybe if we have time. We brought all these families here today to abolish a 400-year-long vicious cycle of genocide, oppression, and division of the people. Black, brown, white, yellow, gay, straight, trans, disabled, poor, elderly, young, veterans, police, and civilians. We will forever have Black Lives Matter in our mouth until we, sorry, somebody's calling me, until we stand in solidarity. We are worthy of praise. We are worthy of equal political power. We are worthy of economic power. We are worthy of leadership. Your vote is worthy. And most of all, we are worthy of justice. Black youth, you are the creators and innovators of the future. Take ownership of your work. Black women, your hair is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Take ownership of your bodies. You are powerful. Black men, you are the protectors of the Black family. Stand up and police your own communities and end police brutality. To the mass incarcerated, when they gave you that felony, they made you an entrepreneur. Take ownership of your income. Black children, unlearn and the hate that you were taught and relearn a positive self-identification. Take ownership of your education. Take ownership of your minds. Black actors, entertainers, and athletes, create your own narratives, write your own stories, build your own table, form your own teams. Black men, you have already proven that there is no national or professional sports league without you. Break the chains and take ownership of your talents. Black people, it is imperative that we take ownership of our futures. Our grandchildren that don't even exist yet are being robbed of generational wealth due to ignorance in our communities. Black people, take ownership, educate yourself, love yourself, trust yourself, unite and vote. We must get out and vote. Thank you.
No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! There will be no peace without justice. I'm going to tell you a little story. I wasn't going to say anything, but it's on me to tell this story. Otis Moss, Reverend Moss's father, put on his best, Sunday best, shined his shoes, creased his pants, had his wife iron his shirt. He came outside his house, proud and tall. He didn't have a car. He turned around and his children cheered for him. He's going to vote. He's going to vote. He walked 6 miles to the county hub. They had given him a letter. And in that letter it told him to go 6 miles to the county hub and you could have your vote. You could vote there. After he walked that 6 miles, he got to that place. He showed him his letter. They told him he had to go 6 miles to the next city. He couldn't vote there. He had shined those shoes. I'm telling you, they was looking like Ace High Five. You know, the shoes was gleaming. He wiped them off with his handkerchief and walked 6 miles to the next city. When he arrived there, they said, people like you vote at the school in Blase Skippy, 6 miles away. He looked at him. He didn't say a word, turned and walked that last 6 miles. 6 more miles further from his house. When he arrived at the last place, the gentleman met him at the door and he said, if you'd have been here 5 minutes earlier, we'd have let you vote. But the poll is closed now as he was letting another white man in. He walked 18 miles back home to his children. They were so excited. They gathered around him like my children and my family are gathered around me. And he sat on the stump right there by the house. Had to be exhausted. That's 38 miles. He looked at his children and they said, "Did you vote, Daddy?" He said, "I'm gonna try again next year, but make me a promise that when you all become old enough, you will vote." After those 36 miles, he wasn't mad. He said, "Next year I'm gonna vote. We don't have to walk 36 miles. Let's execute that vote." We came here to Chicago to show unity of the families. We came here to tell the world that we will not stop. The Blake family has petitioned the United Nations.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Understand, it is a real fight. We have petitioned the United Nations. The next place you will see us is on the steps of Congress and the Senate, because we're going to change laws. We're going to change the world. We're going to get a different opinion, because I should not have to stand here in 2020 and explain to anybody anywhere that my son is a human being, that the next son was a human being, that George Cole was a human being, that the Cole family was a human. I should not have to explain to you that every black face that you see that walks down the street is a part of humanity. And we stand united. And I stand on that. And we will not stop. If I must lay in my grave, I will lay in my grave understanding that I went as far as I could go. And then I expect one of my 8 sons or one of my 5 daughters or my nephews or my nieces to pick the flag up off my coffin and walk down the same streets that I walked down. My knees hurt so bad sometimes I can't move, but I get up. Because if we do not get up and we do not stand for justice, then what are we? We are fake pretenders. I do not pretend to do what I do. This is my family right here. They say lightning doesn't strike twice in the same spot. Well, damn it, it sure did. Now, are we going to let this happen some more? Or are we going to go out and vote? I love every family that came here today because they're my family. You understand me? They are my family. We're not going to stop until we all cross the River Jordan together.
Yes, sir.
I love you all, Chicago. I'm a true Chicagoan. Salam alaikum, rahmatullah wa barakatuh to all my brothers, and may Allah guide us and lead us and give me strength.
We just wanted to say salam alaikum, thank everybody for being here. I'm Lil Jake's uncle. We want to thank LOK Lock out of Kenosha for standing with us. We haven't left Kenosha since this happened to my nephew. We marched 38 miles to Milwaukee from Kenosha. We stayed up 24 hours in front of the courthouse. We fed 1,000 people when Trump brought his raggedy butt down there. What we're doing now is challenging every elected official in Wisconsin. We want to know where you stand on the little Jacob Blake case, because we haven't heard a damn thing. And it's unjust that our family hasn't got it resolved, because they've seen the same video that you've seen. So we're challenging every elected official in Wisconsin to tell us where they stand right before everybody votes. So please, leave here, go back home, take this love with you, and please, by all means, vote. It means it's very important to the growth of the black, the red, the black, and the green. We need unity. We need to stop hurting ourselves. We need to stop killing ourselves. We need to love and respect each other and to make the whole world do the same.
Big ups to the red, the black, and the green. One Africa.
I want us, from where we are right now, everybody try to gather in, and I want us to take, because there's a lot of energy out here, there's a lot of spirit out here, but there's still a lot of pain out here. And today was about turning pain into power. You got no business being pissed off if you don't vote on Tuesday. You got no business complaining. Don't show up to another protest. Don't show up to another boycott if you don't do your part. You want to help these families, show up on Tuesday, vote, and let's change America. Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys hear what he's saying, you know?
I'm sorry, y'all. I
change,
completely forgot.
let's not go ahead and get out here and act like
small
we're not
announcement for y'all. If you are living in Waukegan, North Chicago area, even Zion, Lake County, I am organizing a free ride to the polls November 2nd and 3rd. I will be posting on my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter how to reach out. Also, you can call Clyde McLemore from the Waukegan Black Lives Chapter. The program was sponsored by Willie Wilson and the Black Lives Matter chapter in Waukegan. We will be giving free rides to the polls on November 2nd and 3rd. Also, we'll be providing masks, hand sanitizer, water, food, ponchos, umbrellas, whatever you need to stay in line and be able to put your ballot in. So if you need a ride to the poll, or you know someone that is in need of a ride to the polls, please look out for my Facebook, Instagram, or contact the Black Lives Matter chapter in Waukegan so that we can get you guys to put in your ballot. Thank you.
We want to take a moment, everybody. Go ahead, brother.
I got a poem from everybody. My name is JB. I'm the cousin of Jacob Blake, son of Justin Blake, nephew of Jacob Blake.
Cousin of Latetra Whiteman.
Yeah. The word nigga can be said in a few different ways. Like if I came up to you and said, nigga, best believe I'm about to tell you the tea. But if I come up to you and say, nigga, what? Oh, you better tuck tail and dip because this two-piece coming spicy. But if I say to all of y'all my niggas, best believe I got your back. The word nigga can even be said with the look. And it looks like everybody's trying to say nigga. Granted, looks can be deceiving. But the one I received from a man not my complexion as I walked out of a bathroom door couldn't be mistaken. That white man just called me a nigga. Looking at me as if I was just another nigga. Another face that didn't matter, another statistic. His look got a hard ER at the end. His look stand on a pedestal of privilege looking down at all my nigginess. He must say no. I'm a different breed of nigga. I'm so niggas dap me up before I go do nigga things with my niggas. Not a nigga, but the nigga. Whole time a real nigga, but he sees statistic. He takes nigga and thinks he could beat me with it. As if he could find a beat in the first place. But there is always more to that look than just a look. Than just a word. But it looks like everybody wants to be a nigga and play like niggas, dress like niggas, but nobody wants to die like a niggas. They probably think it's funny how black people have the highest death rates and the lowest life expectancies. And they wonder why we fight for our lives. They take our culture. And it looks like they take nigga.
Well, I didn't know we was having a poetry slam today. So I can't just let you steal the stage like that.
Come on, fam.
Do you have a card on you by chance?
I think everyone's stolen them.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I met you back at...
this poem is dedicated to the George Floyd family.
K. O'Connor, K-O-C-O-N-N-O-R-L-A-W.com.
And the National Basketball League, okay?
You'll find everything.
And in particular, Chris Paul.
I'd like to just talk to you a little bit.
It's called You Get to Be Black. Congratulations, ma'am. Here's your baby boy. 5 pounds and 10 ounces of joy. Now soak up this moment because it won't last long, and pretty soon he'll be singing that same old song like, what don't kill you makes you stronger, and hopefully they'll let us live a little longer. Now take home your little black bundle and be extra careful of systemic fumbles. Here's all the vaccines and a manual too. If you pray really, really hard, it may help you. Keep your head down and just be silent. Don't move, boy, or they'll call you violent. Tie your shoes tight and take off that hat. Don't draw attention. You know what happened to the last security guard that did that. Now mind your business that you don't have, and they might just let you get a pass. Maybe even let you live in a little bubble, far away from all the trouble. The only conversation will be the one we give you. Now shut up, boy, just pass and dribble. Your life don't matter unless we say so. You can't even kneel without our approval. We'll make up an excuse and say you're disrespecting our flag, as if it had a heartbeat, this red, white, and blue rag. We'll give you a white trophy to wear around your neck, and like George Floyd, we'll take your last breath. Thank you.
Let's go!
Now hear this. Let's give it up for this family and all of these families. Clap your hands one more time. On the real, once we finish, we have a number of celebrities that have put together an amazing video, and we want you, as we break, to pay attention to it. But I want to take one moment. I want everybody to be still. I want us to take one moment and have a moment of silence and reflection for these families. Let's just take a moment right where you are. Remember their names, remember their families, and remember their cause. God, we ask now for your grace and your mercy. You, in your word, require justice and mercy and favor. It's in your name we fight and we will win. Amen. Thank you so very much, every activist, every organization, every supporter of this movement. Thank you so very much. Let's keep the fight on. Tuesday, November 4th, November 3rd. Want to thank the production team, Thomas Finch, Video Truck, Ernie Green, Sound of Authority, Oscar and Ruben, the Pink Noise. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Thank you, media. Thank you, security. Thank you, everybody. Let's go out and vote and make a difference. Wake up, America.
Hello, everyone. This is Wendell Carter from Chicago Bulls, and I stand with the families of George Floyd, Jacob Blake, Alvin Cole, and Breonna Taylor. It's time for the community of Chicago to unite for change. Please head to the polls and vote. Your vote counts.
A number of weeks ago, I connected with Jacob Blake Sr. right after he'd come out of that hospital room holding his son's hand, knowing his son may never walk again. The pain and anguish in his voice is something that none of us, no parent, no American, should ever have to go through. We need real, meaningful police reform in this country. We need parents to know that their children will come home safe to them at night, even if they encounter a police officer. And the only way these changes will be possible is if we get out and vote in record numbers this election day. Black votes matter, all votes matter. Let's turn the page and give ourselves a chance to make the reforms that we've been waiting for years, for decades, for generations. Let's vote.
Good afternoon. My name is Isaiah Thomas, and I'm from the west side of Chicago. I'm here with you this afternoon to honor and respect the Blake family, the Cole family, the Taylor family, and the Floyd family, and so many other families who have been hurt, by senseless violence, police brutality, and systemic racism and oppression. All of our families and our communities have been affected by these things. And for so long, we've been trying to change this system. We've been trying to be a part of this system, whether we were fighting for equal rights, voting rights, civil rights. Some of us who are indigenous aboriginals to this land, some of us came during the Atlantic slave trade to this land. But all of us have participated to make this country what it is today. And what we've always longed for and asked for is a chance to be uplifted into the Constitution where it speaks of we the people. And when it talks of we the people, we wanted to be a part of we the people. And we fought long and hard and are still fighting to be uplifted and incorporated into we the people. We're fighting for employment, we're fighting for health, we're fighting to end the food deserts in our communities, we're fighting for fair housing still. We continue to fight to be a part. Let me tell you how we win this fight. We win this fight by collectively coming together and showing up and voting. That's right. We have the power of the ballot. We can vote our interests. We can vote for people who represent us, and we represent our interests. But we must participate. We must show up. We can't sit on the sidelines and complain. You must get in the game. The only way you can become a champion in life is to participate in the system. But if you don't participate in the game, and you don't participate in the system, and you choose not to vote, then you will continue, and we will continue to lose this game. The only way we can win in this system is if we collectively come together as a team, as a unit, as one, and vote for the people who believe in us, who will give us a chance, who will represent equality, who will represent equal rights, people who will make our communities better. We have to show up and vote. Now, we've all have grieved over the years, in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, 2000s. If I go back to the 50s, the 40s, the 30s, centuries ago, we've been grieving for a long time. How do we stop it? We stop it by continuing to vote. Now, I know some of you out there are saying, that's not the key. It may not be the key, but it's one of the keys. We may not have all the answers. We may not have all the keys. But we may be able to walk through 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 doors. And then the next generation behind us can walk through that 5th door and 6th door until we collectively become champions in this system. Now, I believe in you. The Blake family believes in you. The Cole family believes in you. The Taylor family believes in you. And the Floyd family believes in you. And so many other families believe in you. Show up and vote. Thank you for having me today. I appreciate all of you. My love goes to all of you. And to all my people from the west side of Chicago, God bless you.
There you go. That's Isaiah Thomas for you guys right there.
Thank you for inviting me to say a few words today. Let me start by saying,
I don't know if you guys can hear that all that well. Let me know.
Feelings for those who have lost someone to tragedy of gun violence. We love to be so wise. I can't imagine your sorrow, but I'm inspired by the fact that that sorrow is not stopping from standing up and saying we're going to fight to change it. We're going to make things better for the next generation, for our neighbors and our members.
Hey, good shout out, Mike. Appreciate you, Mr. Holt. I don't know if you guys can even hear that right now. So,
hello, it's Charles Oakley, Charles Oakley Foundation. Telling you to go vote. November 3rd is a big day.
I'm gonna bop over here, guys. I don't know if you can hear this. I'm gonna get this video for you afterwards, right?
Enjoy signing on. First of all, this is for the families of Alvin Cole, Jacob Blake, George Floyd, and
we're gonna slide over here.
Yeah, I was gonna say. A powerful song with the young and talented Keaton Bryant called "I Just Want to Live." Recently, and that was off the frustrations as to what happened with George Floyd, man, and just letting the families know that it don't stop with just the politics. Everything that's going on with us voting and all, that's all great, because we definitely need to vote to make change. But our voices won't be silenced afterwards, and we're going to continue to use the weapons that God has given us in the form of music to continue to be loud and get the word out. The message is urgent, that we will be heard.
So we're
And
here for you
violence
won't
needs
go
to
through the
stop.
struggle that we're going through.
Whether it's in Chicago or all over
We're here
the
for
world,
that.
all
We're
over
here
the
for
United
you,
States.
your
Vote is really
families.
important, and
Because no one
change
else
don't
should have to go
happen
through what we're going
in
through.
places like Chicago without
No
us
one should have to get
uniting,
targeted
stopping violence,
because they're fighting for
and
justice for their
continuing
loved
to have
ones.
a voice.
It is inhumane
Man,
to do
just shout
what
out
they
to the
did to my
families,
mother.
man. We support y'all, we love
But
y'all.
she's still standing.
You know what I mean? Them joints, signing out.
Why she still seek medical help for her conditions?
Lost loved ones.
Could have had a heart attack that day. Blood pressure over 200.
Fast awakening. Hate is poisoning.
And still in the
including our
hundreds
world.
throughout the weeks.
It's voting season.
She shouldn't have to be
And my
scared to come out and
generation
fight for her
needs all
son.
adults to vote so that we can have a safe
I ain't
place
never
to
hear
live.
her say she was scared.
A powerful acronym for vote.
Because
by
she's
my
like,
mom.
no police
It's
won't touch
voice,
me. I'm the mother of Alvin
opportunity,
Cole.
electronically.
And they did.
Together we can make a permanent change.
You saw what happened to her. Imagine what they did to Alvin Cole. Imagine what they did to Jay Anderson. Imagine what they did to Antonio Gonzalez. The Wauwatosa Police Department. Joseph Mensah. Chief Weber. Barry Weber. D.A. Chisholm. Mayor McBride. All of them are responsible for the deaths of Jay Anderson, Antonio Gonzalez, and Alvin Cole. And all of them must be removed. Permanently.
Walking while black, living while black, working while black, and can lose your life. When you look at the narrative of George Floyd, 8 minutes and 46 seconds, just last week, Marcellus Stinnett laid 8 minutes with no medical attention.
Come on.
While he was breathing, one shot took his life like one shot took Breonna Taylor's life. These families have similarities in their pain and in their struggle that goes far beyond the narrative of police brutality and criminal justice reform, and the fact that they have unified in Chicago.
Yes, sir.
At this historic time.
Yes, sir.
While we're fighting the crisis of criminal justice and fighting COVID-19 and fighting poverty and unemployment,
yes, sir,
and being uninsured and not having access to health care and the capital. This is a real fight, and these families have come to wake America up.
Yes, sir.
The fact that these families are here in the midst of their pain and their loved ones are still alive and vibrant in their heart and their spirit is a signal how long we're ready to fight. In most instances, people go away and grieve in silence in the privacy of their home. But when you see a mother with her arm in a sling, her eyes are still blackened, abrasion on her forehead, you hear a father like Jacob Blake Sr. talk about what he has to go through physically on a daily basis and still stay strong for his son, or the Floyd family, all they've been through. Eric Gardner Jr. being here.
Yes, sir.
This is a sign and a signal to America that Black America is alive and rising up.
Yes, sir.
And it's not just Black lives, but it's LGBTQ. It's immigrant lives. It's unemployed lives. It's the countless numbers of people who can't receive the health care that the president received. And they're suffering in hospitals being infected by COVID-19. This is a big fight, but it takes a big spirit to win a big fight. And these families have shown us what it takes. And this is a fight we can win and a fight we're going to win because of them.
My name is Letitra Wideman, it's spelled Letrawideeman. We're here to bring unity amongst the families that have been fallen victim to police brutality, but most importantly, we're here to bring unity to America and tear down the lines of division that have caused all of this hate and malice to continue in our country. The fact of the matter is that this isn't a black problem. It isn't just a police brutality problem. This is a 1% versus the people problem. Please lift your veils, open your eyes. This isn't just our issue. The standard we've set in this country for one man is the standard we set for all of us. White people are murdered by the police unjustly. Hispanic people are murdered by the police unjustly. This is the people of America's issue. And until we wake up and open our eyes, it'll be police brutality today and it'll be something else tomorrow. This is a 1% versus the people issue. Wake up, America. Wake up, white America. Wake up, black America. This is our fight and we're in it together. Stop letting them use you for their narratives. Create your own narratives, white and black people. This is our country. And we need to unify. Right. United we stand, divided we fall.
Right. That's right. That's right. Right.
Assalamu alaikum, Justin Blake, uncle of Little Jake. Today was beautiful. I think it's everything my brother wanted to be. We want to show the world the damage that's been done to all of these different families and what we're going to do about it. We stand in solidarity with each and every family here. We communicate. Talked to Little Jake the other day, right? I'm at the store picking something up. He said, "What's up, Unc?" I said, "Man, I'm just in the store. How you feeling?" He said, "Man, I want to thank you and Locke, the leadership of Kenosha, and all the people down in Kenosha that marched 38 miles. This man was with us, marched 38 miles to let them know the Blake family's not going anywhere. I haven't left Kenosha but 2 times today, and we watched with Breonna Taylor's family. We came for something, and we're not going to leave till we get it. Because when we get justice for Little Jake, get him fired, the officer in question, get him indicted, and get him convicted, it'll change the world for all the Little Jakes out here, and we know that. So we're not going to move. We're not going to blink, and we're holding tight. And what we're going to do, what we said earlier, we're going to keep saying it to the day we vote, we're challenging every elected official in Wisconsin to tell us where they stand on the Jacob Blake case. So when our people go to vote, they vote with knowledge about where you stand on the issue of police brutality.
Yes, sir.
Big ups to the red, the black, and the green. We need unity now in our community like never before. We need to stop hurting each other. We need to stop murdering each other. We need to love each other. And then we'll make the whole world love us as well. One Africa. Thank you all.
Kneeling's a bad idea. You don't kneel when it's that cold. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Man, for real. Why I'm not wearing knee pads? You got some more?
Oh yeah, I got another poll.
Oh, hey, we're all still watching here, right here.
It's on my phone though. I ain't got this one memorized.
Yeah, I saw it. Let's drop his knees out on me. He said it's cold.
When you get done, CJ, we want you to spit something.
Yeah. Go back to my old spoken word days. Skid it.
Racial injustice.
You got to talk kind of loud though so we can hear you, okay?
Bet. I can't breathe. Guess being black is like a death with death. Cops will tell you put your hands up like some type of crazy test. I can't breathe. There's not a place that I can hide that keep treating black people like we was born just to die. I can't breathe. Feel like a lot of this is envy, but if I know I say too much, they wouldn't hesitate to end me. I can't breathe. I keep telling them that I'm kidding, even if I could. My hand handcuffed behind my back. They put a knee to a nigga for a fake 20 bucks. They shot a man to the ground for a hoodie and some Skittles. They hung everybody's neck for a motherfucking whistle. So when you ask me why we ride, just motherfucking remember, when we asked for life, you gave us death. There's still a lot I gotta say that's on my chest, but I can't breathe. Thank you.
Hey, where can we find you? Do you have a platform where you got your poetry where we can hear you, see you?
Yeah, I will put a lot of my poetry on my Instagram page, JB_Nation4, and that will be the main source of contact for me.
Okay, good looking. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Have a good one.
You too. Man, I've heard some incredible poetry, like from some great poetry. Like when we ended the march there, like what was her name in the park?
Over at Red Arrow Park.
Red Arrow Park, yeah.
Her name.
Maybe. Hey, do you guys remember in the comments what her name was at Red Arrow Park?
Yeah, she was spitting some lyrics.
Yeah. Man, that windshield gets you.
Windy City, man. Are you staying in Chicago right now?
Nah, I'm still in Kenosha.
You staying in Kenosha?
Yeah.
Well, swing over to Milwaukee tonight. Come to the studio.
Okay, I gotta go all the way on the other side of Kenosha then, right?
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Well, you're still in Milwaukee, right?
Well, I'm about to head out to Milwaukee for 8 o'clock. We shooting live tonight in the studio.
I can probably make that.
We're gonna talk about negative energies. If people can bring negative energy to your home, if you invite them over.
Okay.
Vampires.
I was just thinking vampires. You're not allowed in unless you invite them. Hey, we're here with Raw Topic.
If you want to be a guest on Raw Topic tonight, CJ,
I'd love to.
Let me know, and we'll make it happen.
Let's do it.
Say hello to the fans.
What up, y'all? How we doing?
CJ TV, you guys.
Out here in Chicago, freezing them off right now.
Windy City, people.
Showing them all what's happening, man. Hearing some voices out here.
Right.
Hey, what up? How you doing? Get in there. Do one of those. There we go. Kind of like A-framing it. How you been?
Good. How are
you? I'm good. Good.
In Chicago for a little bit?
I've been in Kenosha actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been kind of bouncing around a little bit, just killing time till DC. So.
Okay, you're going.
Yeah.
On Sunday?
Right in there. Yeah, I got some stuff. We're doing
We're expecting there. We're hearing some things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what I'm expecting, what I'm hoping for are two different things. So, yeah. What are you expecting?
The major cities in general.
Yeah.
Education, for sure. And regardless of what happens. We don't know.
We don't know. I mean, better to prepare for the worst, hope for the best situation.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. So.
Where have you guys been?
We just got here. We did a sit down with Jacob Blake's family and Gordon Floyd's family.
Okay.
Taylor's family. That's here tonight.
Yeah. I figured you guys would be in Philly right now. Oh, okay. So you got people there. Staying busy though. Last time I saw you it was a lot warmer. Shut up. Live in Los Angeles from Brazil. Yeah, you got it. You're in a whole different world right now.
I lived in Canada for many years, so I thought, oh, whatever, not a problem. But
It is a problem.
Unused to cold.
Yeah, Seattle's not used to this. I mean, that lake breeze and everything. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's good seeing you too. Take care.
I didn't realize that it was you, and I was like, when you voice, I was like, his voice sounds familiar. And then you pull it down, I'm like, he's here.
Surprise!
And walking 38 miles. I was like, oh, well, shoot, I could have gotten my exercise in.
Yeah. Man, that was a walk. Man, I got nothing on like my guy Tez, like Cortez Rice, Frank Nitty's over in Portland right now. Like, these guys put in like collectively like 2,000 miles between the two of them. My goodness.
I don't even like to thrived off.
Good seeing you.
Creator Studio template on your Facebook page?
Right now I'm just doing my little restream through Streamlabs.
No, I'm talking about on your
Oh.
Facebook page that you have.
Yeah.
Are you using the video creator template?
I think no.
Or do you not know?
That sounds way too high tech for me.
Because I tell you, it makes a big difference as a video creator.
Yeah.
If you use that template, it lets you spotlight your videos.
Yeah.
And lets you create playlists and series.
Really?
So it just organizes the page a little bit.
I hope everybody's listening to this in my team right now, so we know what we need to work on.
Yeah, and I see you just became a supporter.
Yeah, well, I haven't launched.
That tab became available.
Man, I was going to do my supporter videos and all that. I didn't realize it was popped up. And then I was like, I need to do all my, hey, so you guys know you can support on Facebook right now. I haven't done.
Become a supporter.
Become a supporter, which would be great. Because again, keep in mind that we're all donations or contributions and contributions.
When are you going to get invited to Stars now?
I don't even know.
You know what sucks is that they invited me to a page I don't even use. I don't even go live on that page, and they invited me to Stars, and I'm like, I'm working my ass off on my topic.
Yeah.
But yet they're gonna give it to me on a page I don't even go live on.
Better start.
So,
link it over.
Well, somebody said I should merge the pages.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, link
them
over.
I still don't know if that will work.
Honestly, man, like I haven't even paid attention to all of that up until now that I'm like, I have to. Yeah, we have to. We have to, guys.
Put your merch on your video?
Not yet.
On your live stream?
Not yet. We're working on it right now. Big shout out to the lettering machine actually in Kenosha's dialing us in with our merch right now. We're getting that all figured out right now.
You set up your Facebook shop though, right? Because I see you can buy T-shirts on there.
Yeah. Yeah,
I saw it. So
you're so much more dialed in on my gig than I am.
So what you can do, since you got a Facebook shop, you can actually tag your product, your shirt, your merch, inside of your live streams.
Yeah.
So people can like buy your stuff while they're watching.
That's okay.
Look into that, man.
Okay. I'm gonna have to jump in on it.
And if we can see you tonight on Raw Topic, 8 o'clock,
I'm gonna call you.
Just let me know.
I'm gonna call you.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Good seeing you. Yeah, so maybe we'll be able to jump in on that tonight. Berta, viewers need another Heart to Heart CJ talk. 43 degrees. Hey, good to see you. How you been? Everything good?
Yeah. You know how to get back up with you. I'm gonna have one of my investors.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do. Hey, I like what you said today.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. Take care. Whew. Oh my gosh, how cold is it? Someone said 43 degrees. TJ, what was this today about? Okay, today was a rally for all the families that you've heard so much in the media right now. And you can see it in the description. I believe it's in the description. And I don't want to start naming off families because there's so many that were here, but basically, I mean, this was again another push for voting. And just to raise awareness for the fact that there are things that need to change, guys, in our system. There are things that need to change. I don't care how far one way or the other you lean. The understanding that there are issues that need to be addressed, and there's policies that need to be put in play that'll help better protect people of all races. And we need to go ahead and push for a platform of development that's going to be equal for everybody. And I'm trying to say that without shivering too much, but it's legitimately a situation that we can work on right now, guys. The live, I thought you said my feed was freezing. No, it's just I'm freezing. Yeah, so we got to see some people. Cortez Rice, right up here, ran into him in Waukegan. Again, you guys know him from a lot of the march. I don't know why I just said that, other than he was walking away and I was going to try to catch him, maybe grab some coffee with him before he bounces, but vote. I mean, the you guys heard that word today probably 500 times. Vote.
Can't complain if you're not getting involved.
Man, and just like what he said, he's like, don't even come out to these rallies. Don't go out and protest. Don't do anything unless you've done something to make a change. If you're old enough to go out and vote, go out and vote, and let your voice be heard. I mean, it's a powerful. It's one of the most powerful tools we have here in America to be a part of the process of making change. And I can't say it enough that I feel blessed beyond words to be living in the country I live in, and I 100% represent this nation that I live in. And I think that as an American, we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard and facilitate the things and the tools that are at our disposal right now, because there's so many places around the world that would die, literally are dying for the opportunity to have what we have. And I don't care who you're going to vote for. I mean, I don't even care if you're throwing it down the middle and you're not sure if you want to go right or left, if you want to stay right down that center line. But I mean, play a part in it. Otherwise, it's a slap in the face to those people around the world that can't be a part of what we have. And I'm so happy to hear people on a stage right now, on a platform that speaks out to so many different demographics of people that are saying exactly what I've been feeling, which is, rather than just be out shouting, let's go ahead and get a pencil, like my sister would talk about. Get a pencil or a pen, and let's go ahead and use that. Let that be your weapon. Let that be your tool. Let that be your opportunity to make a change and make an impact, because you can. And if you don't think you can, you've got it wrong, guys. We need to focus our attention back on being a part of the process and a part of the healing, instead of just, exacerbating all of the issues that we have by making more issues. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, it's tough for me. I mean, this for me was for you, it was emotional for me. I mean, listening to these families speak, and I had to turn off the comments because I started seeing comments that were coming up that were taking me away from the moment of almost a moment of mourning with the family that's lost a family member. And I saw things in here, guys, and I'm kind of going another direction here, that got me, it was kind of surprising when they were saying, well, he was a criminal. And then suddenly that validates the loss of life. And
no longer human.
And we can't dehumanize the fact that on a level, we are all broken. We're all broken. We've all done things. We've all fallen prey to our own, stupidity or folly at times. You know what I mean? And we can't dehumanize people that are dealing with drug addiction. We can't dehumanize people that have gone through incarceration. We can't dehumanize people that have been a part of a process or part of a system on the inside. Okay? We need to remember that we're all part of this together. On a human level, we have to respect the fact that we are a part of a community. And everybody out here, there's fathers, sons, mothers, daughters, aunts, uncles, grandparents that are out here that are dealing with issues. And we can't dehumanize that. And we have to respect and appreciate the fact that we need to pick each other up, no matter what that might be. And we can be a part of that process by looking at policies, putting people in play that are going to help make that happen. We can vote in people in office that'll help push for the change we need. Man, and I got to tell you guys that I feel privileged, honored, and blessed to have been able to be openly armed, accepted, and brought into these families that I've now seen and spent some time with. Everything from George Floyd's family to Jacob Blake's family, and everyone in between, Breonna Taylor's family, the people that I've met, and have just been so amazingly understanding and open and welcoming to the fact that they're icon situations and people that have now sparked an awakening in people, And I don't care. I really genuinely do not care if you're on either side and you want to fight back and forth. On a human level, we can appreciate that the loss of life is not something we can celebrate. And we need to push for what we can do to make that change. So either way, covering protests is one thing and protesting is, something. And in a rally is, I'm hoping to do a sit down and talk about that. The difference in the understanding and belief of protests and rallies, and the similarities, but also in something like this, which was a beautiful gathering of people. And we even saw people like Isaiah Thomas that had things to say that represent and support the messages of love that are coming out of the loss of life. And man, I gotta tell you guys that I can't even stop. Every time I come to, I was in Waukegan and everyone's like, oh, it's gonna get bad in Waukegan. And it was a beautiful march in Waukegan. And you come out to Chicago and people are like, hey, be careful in Chicago, be careful in Chicago. Guys, every time I come out to an event like this, I feel so much love and embracing from everybody. And I think that honestly, we've got it twisted in other places in the country, even back home, guys, in Seattle, Portland, some places where things are becoming so polarized and people are getting pushed out. Here, they're asking for people to spread that word. They're asking for people to listen and hear the messages that are being spoken. So I'm hoping that we can find a change, even on the media platform, that we can find a change and we can keep elevating voices. We can keep coming out and letting people have a moment to share with every diverse and broad sweeping platform that's out here. So it's important. It's important, and I hope that we're seeing that change back home in the Northwest. That there's been so much negativity and hostility back there that we need to make that change. Down in Texas, my guy Haram, like people that are out in the streets that don't want to be seen, they don't want to be heard, and it blows my mind because these folks here, like these folks that are at the epicenter of the push, not just in our country but in our world right now for racial equality. They're asking for it. They're begging for it. They're doing everything they can to please bring people out that have a platform like the one we're in right now to better showcase what's happening. So I hope that's sinking in for people that might be naysayers, people that have hostility in their hearts, people that are, that are violating, members of press and media, no matter how independent they may be. Man, guys, we need to open your arms up and appreciate that we're never going to have a world of change until we spread that across as many platforms as possible, man. So you guys, I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep moving. And Sean, I hear what you're saying, but again, I respect everyone's opinions and their views. So they may not be mine, and hopefully they'll just keep hearing, a higher message of hope and of healing, and maybe that'll sink in. So yeah, you guys look at where we're at right now. I'm downtown Chicago, right? And what you're seeing is a wrap up here, a peaceful gathering of people that had some amazing messages. There's been no violence, there's been no destruction, there's been no need for it. And I feel like right now the major media is out here. I mean, every channel that's local out here, I can imagine, and even some in languages I don't understand. And I feel like right now, like the beautiful nature of that is that, we don't have to fight each other to get each other to understand each other. You know what I mean? It breaks my heart to find people trying to intimidate others into understanding instead of educating them, And I know, again, for me, and I've said it before and I'm gonna keep saying it, like this is an educational journey for me, and I'm just really glad and I feel privileged and honored that you guys want to come with me on this, because I'm gonna keep doing as much as I can to see as much as I can, experience as much as I can, and every time I come out here, guys, every time I flip this camera on and spend a couple hours looking through this lens, I learn something new, and I hope that people are able to see that as well and experience it, and and we're able to talk to each other. So inside here in this world of camera, and the community that we're creating, guys, like again, I want to thank everyone that's in here that's helping make this healthy and prosperous as far as our encounters, the mod teams that are in here that are working so hard, for everyone on the back end, but really for all of you guys that are all of the people that are in here and being a part of this, because this isn't just about me, having a skip day of, look at me and what I'm doing. It's a chance for you two and you three and you 3,000 and you 10,000 and you 150,000 people to connect and hopefully have a conversation that might elicit some change, or maybe open some doors, inside your heart, inside your head, that might open, the pathway of thought, and I think that I have to stand strongly on the thought that I represent a group of people and you're here with me. So, and for me, I continually am finding these moments of inspiration, these aha situations that really just have, a lot of them come out of left field, but a lot of them were things that in the progression of growth and understanding, they were on the path. So I hope we all can appreciate that. We haven't got it figured out yet. We're not done learning. We're not done growing. We're not done being educated. And hopefully every little thing we can do to incorporate some kind of newfound lesson, we can seek those out and put them into the lexicon of things that we've discovered in our life. So I love you guys. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. Keep sharing with each other. Share the stream. Pop over to the YouTube as well. We're going to be posting stuff up there. My supporters badge is up. If you're able to help out, guys, and jump in and become a regular supporter, I really appreciate that. And again, for the contributions, you guys, it makes all of this possible. Getting out here, freezing my butt off in Chicago, but listening to these amazing messages and talking to some incredible people. It all comes down to you and making it all happen. So thank you guys so much for everything you've done to facilitate this new avenue of exploration in my life. And I'm just really really grateful that you're all able to come with me. So I love you guys, and I'll be seeing you very soon. I'm gonna tune off for now though and go try to warm up because I'm freezing.